Good afternoon. You're watching LNA Now with Barry and Jenny. I am Jenny Nagel.
Very happy Monday, everyone, and welcome back to summer school. School is in session yet again. Jenny and I will be here with you live Mondays and Wednesdays in the months of July and August with our 13 webinar series for LNA Summer School. And today we're going to take a little bit of a divergence from skincare education or device education, and we're going to talk a little bit about what medical and spa skincare professionals can do in order to vet the skincare brands that they want to bring into their practice. And we've got industry expert Mary Nielsen, who is also the founder of Spectrum Advanced Aesthetics. Hi, Mary, how are you?
Hey, doing great. Happy to be here on a Monday. Beautiful sunny day here. And it's just great.
So it's beautiful in Portland on the West Coast.
Yes.
Barry reporting from the Southeast. We've got slightly overcast skies, and it is a balmy, let me see my weather temperature, 88 degrees. How is it in the Northeast, Jennifer?
I'm looking out the window to blue skies and a little bit of fluffy white clouds. So it is an ideal beach day for all of the people walking in front of my window down to the beach. Not jealous at all.
Not jealous at all. Okay, you're jealous of the people going to the beach. So again, today we're here with Mary Nielsen, and we're going to talk a little bit about how you can vet skincare brands that you're bringing in. Mary, as we wait for more people to join the webinar, it usually takes a few minutes. Can you give us a little bit of your background and how you became the founder of Spectrum Advanced Aesthetics?
I had been originally, I was a nurse back in late 70s. And I ended up through my career working for a couple of plastic surgeons who were interested in starting a med spa. I went and got my aesthetics license, worked with them on starting a med spa. It was very successful. We had two locations. After working for them for about 14 years, I thought, I think I'm smart enough to open my own med spa. So I did and had that for 10 years. And then felt like I wanted to get into training. While I had my med spa, I was also working, my side hustle was training people to use lasers, aesthetic lasers. So I thought, what if I opened a school, a training center where people could learn? They would come to me rather than me traveling to them. And that just evolved into a fully licensed vocational school. First, it was advanced aesthetics when Oregon added the two-tiered licensure. And then I had to add basic aesthetics because I was disappointed with some of the education that basic estheticians had when they came on board for the advanced program. They just weren't knowledgeable enough.
To step into
And
that. I, yeah.
so the thing that first of all, I'm so glad that I asked this question because I never knew any of that. I didn't know that you were a nurse. I didn't know that you became an esthetician so that you could work in a med spa. So you worked in a med spa for 14 years and then owned a med spa for 10.
Yes.
Okay, so just so that everyone's clear, Mary does have a strong background in vetting skincare brands that you can bring into your practice. The thing that I love is I didn't know that you started out as a laser center because that's the URL of your website. It's Spectrum Laser. But you transitioned from just doing the laser training into becoming the full service aesthetics training.
Yes.
And then how long has Spectrum been active with with adding the advanced skincare?
Spectrum's been around for 13 years.
Okay. And it was about 3 or 4 years ago when you decided to dip your toe into an online presence with your nutrition class.
Yes.
Okay.
Probably about 3 years ago.
Okay. And can you tell us why you decided to add that nutrition class?
Well, because I think there's so much information. Well, first of all, I'm going to say aesthetic textbooks do not cover very much on nutrition. And I think that nutrition, your gut health is so connected to your skin. We're all the whole thing is all interconnected, and you've got to have some awareness about nutrition and nutrients and the effects that those can have outwardly on your whole body, but particularly your skin, if your skin's the largest organ in your body. And
Yeah, we've been focused on nutrition for I think closer to 6 or 7 years at this point. When I know when I was in the medical spa, like actually running the facility, we had estheticians who would talk to their clients about nutrition. We did uh, like special events where we would have nutritionists come in and talk to clients because it's beyond me how people don't understand that if you eat bad food, you're not going to have healthy skin. It's healthy in, healthy out. And so I love the certified nutrition esthetician program. Did I get it correct?
yes.
There you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so we've had twice as many we have twice as many people on now that we did before. So I just want to welcome everyone to our Monday summer school. Jenny and I will be here every Monday and Wednesday in July and August, around 2 o'clock most days, um, to do our 13 webinar series on bringing you top tier education from some of the leading brands and leading educators in the industry. And today we're joined by Mary Nielsen, who is the founder of Spectrum Advanced Aesthetics. And Jenny, what's she going to talk about?
Today we're talking about vetting skincare brands. And you guys, why I'm so excited about this topic, Mary, and when you came up with launching this and launching an entire ebook that accompanies this, is because it can be really intimidating in this industry, right? There are so many brands to choose from. We know firsthand, we work with some of the top brands in the industry, and they're all great. But when you take a step back and look at what's a fit for your treatment room and what's a fit for your clientele, there are some really great questions that you need to ask. And I think the way that you framed this, Mary, because if you guys have gotten the ebook that accompanies this, you've sort of gotten a preview of what we're going to go over today. And Mary has a really great approach and some questions that you may have never considered. So if you're looking at bringing in a new treatment line, or even, hand picking some products for your treatment room, this is a phenomenal session for you guys today. And it's always good to take a step back and work on your business and not just in your business constantly. So I'm excited about today. So I can't thank you enough, Mary, for bringing this conversation to us.
Oh, I just think it's so important. I know I have spent thousands of dollars making the wrong purchases, having regrets. And then reevaluating, where am I? What are we doing right now? What's going to best serve the clients that we do have, and what are their needs? So I think it's really important.
And
Um,
before we get started, Jen, do you want to tell them about that?
I was going to, well, I don't know which direction you're going. I'm kind of reading your mind and thinking you're going to do your housekeeping that you love to do.
No, I'm not. I was
No?
going to do what you're thinking of. Go ahead.
About the digital download, the ebook.
Thank you. The companion ebook. Yes.
I will pop the link once we get started, just to ensure that you guys all have it. You should have it in your email inbox. If you guys are registered for summer school, which you are because you're here with us today, you should also have this in your inbox. But if for any reason you have not seen it, just pop to this link that we'll put in the chat for you guys, and you can pop your email in there and it'll get right to your inbox today.
And now for some housekeeping notes. We love chat. We love chitter chatter all day long. And if you want to use the chat function, Jenny, did you adjust the chat function so that everyone's typing with everyone? Okay, good. If you want to say how much you love Mary or how much you love Jenny's hair, or you want to comment on something, that's great. Use the chat for that. Let us know you're here. In fact, we can roll call now. Shout out, say hello, tell us where you're from, where you're watching. We love to get to know those kinds of things. However, if you have a specific question that you would like an answer to, don't put it in the chat. Put it in the Q&A, because if we can't get to the chat during the webinar, we'll download that, send it over to Mary, and then she'll get an itemized list of your name, your email address, and your question. So without any further ado, Mary, you want to make sure you can share your screen.
Okay, do my best here.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to vamp and say hi to let me see, my eyes, Darcy, Darius, and Deborah, and RCL and Tina and Erica. Everybody said Erica's from Texas. Hello from California. Shakima from New York. Keep going, you guys. Say hello. Say hello. Jennifer from Los Angeles. We got people all over the place, East Coast to West Coast. Oh, Tina loves my necklaces. Thank you, Tina. Uh, Michaela from the Bahamas. Okay. We're international, Jen.
And we've got
Angela
Canada,
from
we've got,
Ontario. We've got Canada in the house. Donna from North Carolina.
I'm
Itza
sorry,
from Pennsylvania.
Aloha from Maui. Like, how
Jenny,
did
are
you?
you sure everybody's saying everybody's chat's open because it's just that most people's chat are going to host some panelists.
It should be everyone. So if you guys aren't seeing this, in your chat, you should be able to toggle the settings and put it to everyone so that you can communicate with everyone and not just Barry and I, but we love chatting with you.
I love that we're international. We've got Bahamas, we've got Canada, East Coast, South. Do we have anybody from the Midwest? Where do I see anybody from Chicago or Kansas City or oh, we got Texas. We'll take Texas as the Midwest. Texas, do you consider yourself Midwest or South?
South.
South, right? Yeah.
Trinidad.
Trinidad. Okay. We are all over the world. Mary, are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
It looks
All
like you're in
right.
a presenter view, Mary. Do you have is there a way that you can make your main tile larger?
Well, hmm, high presenter view. How about
There you
that?
go.
Uh,
That should do it. There. Oh,
Oh,
I don't know.
it's
You're
not
in
got.
Yep, click present from beginning, Mayor. You'll be good.
I'm clicking. Okay. I don't, do you see my slides on the side or do you see the full screen?
we see them on the side, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna,
I think if you click resume slideshow right there, Mayor, in the red box, yeah,
how's that?
maybe not.
Mm.
Can you click from current slide? It just doesn't want to get bigger here today.
I can, see, I've got two screens. On my second screen, it's the full screen of the show. I mean, of the
Oh, can you
presentation.
say Laura is saying uncheck the use presenter view.
Tell me where, oh, okay, I see it. Thank you.
No, that's not working either. Wow. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna have to go with this.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're good, you're
I'm,
good.
I'm
And then we're gonna go off.
technologically challenged.
Okay, we're gonna go off screen and you're gonna be taking over.
Okay. So, truth in a bottle, how to choose the right skincare for your practice. Objectives are going to be understanding the importance of the brand, evaluating, oh, let's see, maybe if I, sorry, there. Evaluating your product quality and the ingredients, identifying whether you're going to get enough brand support and education for the brand that you're choosing. You want to make the right assessment about the cost and profitability of your products, considering your clients' preferences and what's really trending right now. You want to compare both professional and the retail offerings. What kind of back bar are you going to have? Navigating those brand partnerships and contracts, and then making some informed and strategic decisions. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are aligned with your brand. You want to make sure that you're choosing the right skincare brand that's going to support your business identity, your values, and your target clients. And understanding what your business identity really is important. And that's something that you might have to take some time and really think about. What kind of identity are you going to have? A more clinical, professional, approach in your business? Is it going to be more casual? Do you have a little bit more sort of a friendlier presence, or are you more of an educational, instructional presence with your clients? That's all going to be part of your identity. You want your skincare line to mirror that personality and the aesthetic of your business. So if you're going to be a luxury spa, you might want a higher end skincare product, more elegant packaging, not something that's simply basic. If you're eco-conscious, maybe you want to make sure that you've got biodegradable or refillable skincare options, cruelty-free, making sure you've got recyclable packaging, those kinds of things. If you're going to be a clinical or med spa, then maybe pharmaceutical grade with some clinical studies to back the claims that your product is making. Your skincare products are oftentimes the first thing and the last thing that clients are going to see and experience. So that should feel just like a seamless part of your brand. It's just going to reinforce their relationship with you. And moving ahead. So you want to also evaluate the product quality and ingredients. You need to become ingredient smart and understanding formulations and the clinical effectiveness of the skincare products. You're going to build trust, and that's going to deliver real results for your clients. Clients are trusting you with their skin, and those results are really going to matter. You need to have that understanding about ingredients so that you know what's actually performing. Things like vitamin C or retinol, peptides, your AHAs and your BAHAs, they can improve skin conditions and also create a real loyal client base. If the products don't work, the clients aren't going to come back. So making sure that you understand how your ingredients work. When I did have my own practice, when I had clients come in for a consultation, I did use a digital photo system, which was fantastic. I got my money's worth out of it within months, because they would come in, I would cleanse their skin, I would take a digital photo that would show their fine lines and wrinkles, their pores, their texture, the redness in their skin, their pigmentation. And then I would get them started first thing on skincare. No, before we even began to talk about what kind of treatments they were going to use or what kind of treatment plan I had for them, I wanted to get them on some quality skincare. If they could get on skincare and start using it at home, I could have them come back in 2 weeks, and I could take their photos again, and they would already see improvements in the scores of the things that were concerning them. So getting them on the right skincare really establishes that level of trust, really establishes a stronger connection with your client, because they know that you're not just there to sell them treatments in the treatment room, but you're really there to create an overall lifestyle change with their skin. So that's my 2 cents on that. You want to make sure that you're going to get brand support and education. You need that ongoing training, marketing support, customer service. That's going to build confidence and competency. Ongoing education will help you from that brand, is going to help you understand the full product line, both inside and out. If you're not getting that brand education, then I would back away from that skincare line. I have been in the position where I have invested in skincare and then found out that the education just wasn't there. They were interested in selling me quantities of skincare, but not really supporting the educational piece of it. That brand education is also going to help you learn protocols for performing your professional treatments. It's going to keep you updated on new innovations in skincare, their new products, their new ingredients, new things that they're launching to help support your business. And when you have that education, then you can explain the product to your clients. You can explain to them how it's working, what the actual efficacy, what's actually happening in the skin, transforming their skin. And it's because you've bought into it and you believe in it too. So making sure that you are getting that extra brand support and education is really important with your skincare brand. And I do think skincare brands are recognizing that. I think that there are some very strong skincare brands with great education, particularly now that we have online platforms. Because you're not just buying products from this skincare brand, you're entering into a relationship. They're investing in your success. The more successful you are, the more successful they are. So you want to look for brands that are going to offer some type of onboarding support. Are you just going to place an order and boxes are going to arrive at your spa and you're not really sure what to do with it, or how to get it launched, or how to market it correctly? So that onboarding support is really important. Making sure that they have ongoing training webinars or even in-person workshops, but those ongoing training workshops where you can take a refresher. You could go online, maybe take an online module. Perhaps there's a skincare brand that's got a whole certification process where you're getting certified in all of their different products so that you are at the top of your game with skincare.
Mary,
Yeah.
just pertaining to that line with the ongoing training and in-person workshops, something that Barry and I have seen a lot emerging over the past few years, and I think it's a very common practice, is brands having these in-person retreats or events that span over a day or two, even if it's just a one day in a hotel ballroom, but it's an intense learning situation. We're seeing that a lot. And I encourage all professionals, some of them can be flights away. I understand it's quite a big investment, but if you can make it to any of these in-person events, I think it is a game changer, because not only do you get to connect with the brand and really kind of get into the mind of oftentimes the CEO and the marketing team behind the brand, but other professionals that are using the line, and it will show you things you never even thought you needed to know. You have no idea what you don't know until you go to something like this. And we see it all the time. We see brands having such success with this by connecting to their teams.
I just sent one of my educators to an all-day workshop in Salt Lake City. I'll be brand neutral, but she came home, right? And I thought, oh, okay, it's going to be airfare, hotel, stuff and stuff. But she came home so jazzed with, I got great ideas. I have a whole new approach for how we're going to teach this. And it's been great. And so I do think it's worth investing, particularly if you're going to go to one of the IECSC shows or Face and Body. They're often brands that have all day education, and totally worth it. But when they have those special, I want to say it's almost like a rally, right? Where you're
Yes.
just, yes. And it's just getting you excited. It's getting you more knowledgeable and gives you a better platform, I think, for talking to your clients, because they can see that you're invested in the skincare as well and that you believe in it.
And the thing that we always tell estheticians when we teach our social media class at IECSC, they always talk about, what should I share? What should I talk about? What should I post? And we always say, whenever you're doing any type of education, please make sure that you're letting your followers on Instagram and your followers on your email list know that you're doing more education and more education and more education. Because not only are you becoming, you're using the brands that you're working with to get the education so that you can become more knowledgeable about the brand. It also improves your perception with your customers that, wow, like she's always learning something. She's always in a class. He's always, doing something to dig deeper into the treatments that I get when I go there. That sort of goodwill with your customers is exponentially beneficial to you, because it really boosts their trust in you, and it allows your recommendations to go with fewer and fewer objections, and it just becomes a much easier process.
Yes. I mean, hey, I just came back from this great education where I learned about this and I thought of you. I was there in the workshop and I thought of you and I thought this is going to be perfect for your skin.
Yeah, love.
Is
All right, we'll let you get back to
yeah.
it, Mary.
Okay. The other thing is seeing if your brand can offer some one-on-one coaching or business mentorship, having your what do they call them now? Well, your product rep sit down with you on a quarterly basis and talk about what what products are selling, what products are not selling. Maybe you want to shift things around. Getting that kind of support is really important if you can just get some numbers in front of you, because sometimes I think it's really easy to just, well, at least it was easy for me to not want to sit and look at the numbers. I wanted to be in the treatment room, but having someone sit down with me and say, hey, look, this is what's happening financially helped me make better decisions. And then getting that event and open house support, having reps who are willing to come to your open house, who are willing to donate some type of a raffle basket or some type of gift with purchase. If they're able to contribute money towards food and refreshments, that's a big deal. That's less money out of your pocket because they're providing that support. I did have a skincare brand. I had the rep that would come once a month and she would redo my shelf display. So she would bring in things and they had whatever their product of the month that they were featuring, but she would come in actually herself and bring in all of the little support, well, I want to say, I don't know what you call that, little kitschy things that make the display look attractive. And she would do that for me once a month. And that was wonderful. If you understand, then you can educate your clients. That's going to lead to better treatment outcomes in the treatment room. They're going to build trust. It will increase your retail sales, and you need to depend on those retail sales. And I think we all learned that with COVID, that we need the retail sales. Clients are more apt to buy when you're enthusiastic about the products. As your business is growing, the right brand can then scale with your business. They might offer marketing materials, different promotions, social media assets. I know we have several brands that do send like once a month graphics for us to use for social media posts. Some brands will have exclusive lines or treatments that are going to help you stand out specifically. It helps you build just a more professional and profitable business. So red flags, you want to watch out if there's little to no education or onboarding. If the communication is poor or very slow. If there's lack of transparency in the products, in the ingredients and the protocols. And product brands that just want to sell you the product but don't have any follow-up. The communication piece is a big deal for me. And I become especially frustrated when there's a change. My rep has changed. There seemed to be a musical chairs thing happening here in the Pacific Northwest where one rep went to a different brand, went to a different brand, went to a different brand, and then there was a lack of communication. The new rep did not reach out, did not communicate. And so honestly, we dropped the brand because I need that communication. You want to be sure that you are assessing the cost and profitability, especially for new estheticians just getting started in the business. I have overspent. I have had eyes bigger than my stomach and wanted to buy all kinds of goodies and regretted it later. So understanding what the wholesale price is, the price that you're paying the brand for each of the products, what is the wholesale cost per product? Are there bulk pricing incentives? So if you buy 3 or you buy 6 or you buy 12, does the price go down or are you paying that same price? Do you have samples and back bar sizes included? That's really important. If there's no back bar sizes, it's going to make it more expensive for you. And having brands that want to give you some samples makes your clients very happy. What are the retail margins? That's the profit that you're going to make when you resell the product. So the retail margin is the retail price minus the wholesale price, right? The standard margin is typically 40 to 50% or more. One thing that I did have my bookkeeper here bring up to me is I was doing 100% markup. So if I'm buying something for $50, I was selling it for $100. And so I had that 100% markup. My team that works for me here, they pay cost. So they were paying, if they were going to use a product, wanted to purchase a product for their personal use, they could buy it for $50. But my bookkeeper brought up to me, Mary, you're actually losing money because they're not paying you the shipping charge. So we had to readjust that so that, because I don't want it to be at a loss. I need to at least break even if my team is going to be using skincare, which I fully support them using the skincare because that's going to be helpful and beneficial as well. But consider things like, do you need to factor in the shipping costs with your skincare when you have it for sale? Minimum orders is another big one. Many brands require a minimum order quantity to open an account or to reorder. So what's the opening order minimum? Is that going to be too much out of your pocket? Do you have monthly or quarterly ordering minimums? One of my brands that I'm phasing out requires a quarterly minimum, and sometimes I just can't meet that. Can I mix and match my retail and my back bar sizes to reach that quota? Or do I have to, is it only on retail products? Another skincare brand that we don't carry any longer required a $2,000 minimum order every time. Well, that just wasn't possible. So the other thing to consider is shipping costs and delivery times. If you've got high or inconsistent shipping fees that can eat into those profit margins, that's another thing to really look at. If you're a small solo practitioner or small practice, when you're ordering in small quantities, that shipping cost can really add up. Some brands do offer free shipping after a certain dollar amount. Others charge per order. So that's something that you really need to factor in. You might think you're getting a great deal on the skincare, but then when you're going to spend another third of what your cost is in shipping to get it to you, it's just not worth it in the long run. So a healthy margin means you're not just covering your costs. You want to make a profit so that you can reinvest that into your business. Strong margins are going to help you fund things like promotions, benefits for your staff, future inventories, expansions. You've got to be more than just breaking even with your skincare. So you want to talk about what's the suggested retail price? Are you bound by the suggested retail price? Can you sell it for less or can you sell it for more? There are some skincare lines that require that you have to sell it at their suggested retail price. What kind of a profit are you going to make per unit? Are there restrictions on the manufacturer's suggested retail pricing, which I just talked about? High minimum order quantities can eat up your cash flow or leave you with stock that you can't move. Another mistake I made was that my opening order had to include like, I don't know, 3 of every product that this skincare manufacturer made. Well, some of it just sat on my shelves until it expired because it wasn't something that my clients were interested in. It wasn't something that I focused on when I was in my practice. So that was just a waste. You want to look for skincare, especially when you're first starting out. You want to look for skincare brands that are going to let you start small and then scale up. If you get unexpected costs, you're going to have to either raise prices for your clients or figure out what to do with these products. You want to ask for their shipping policy upfront. Make sure that you understand, if I place my order today, am I going to get my order in 3 days, or are you going to slow train it here and I'll get it in 2 weeks? Because that's going to make a difference on when you reorder. And you don't want to be out of products. Your clients aren't going to be happy if they're coming to buy skincare and it's going to take another 2 weeks before it gets here. Delivery times will affect when you're scheduling your clients' treatments. If they take too long to arrive, that can delay your clients' treatments, restocking your shelves, opening service rollout timelines. So when you're a solo esthetician or a small practice, you're working with a small back bar inventory, so you need that quick, reliable shipping. You don't want to be running out of something. Oh, we don't have this any longer, or it's on its way. If you're offering retail shipping to your clients, long delivery windows create a lot of frustration with your clients and leads to a lack of trust. And then I don't think I'm going to buy from them because it's always back ordered. It hurts that consistency that you have with them. So you need to really dial in on how long the shipping is going to take when you place your order. Do they offer expedited? Now, sometimes expedited is worth it. Sometimes expedited is not. Do they have shipping delays during holidays and peak times? There are some skincare brands that will close for 2 weeks or longer because they're doing a full company inventory of what their stock is. So then you're going to need to be aware of that so that you can stock up, so that you aren't left in the lurch without products while they're counting their inventory. Another thing that's important is, do they offer drop shipping? Drop shipping is amazing. And that's something that really grew with COVID. So drop shipping is when your skincare brand is going to ship that product directly to your client on your behalf. So either they can go into a web portal that the skincare brand has, with oftentimes branded with your logo and branding, and they can place a skincare order and that company will ship it to them directly, and you will get not the full value, but you will get reimbursed, I guess is the word. You will get credited for those sales. And so one of our skincare brands does drop shipping, and we regularly get an auto pay into our checking account from the clients that have purchased online through their website. And so we're earning some retail profit without having to have a huge inventory on our shelves, because our clients can try a sample of something or feel the consistency of it when we have a small store, retail store here at the school with our skincare brands, and they can feel that, they can decide if they want it, then they can order it from home and have it shipped to them, and we're going to get credit for that retail. And we don't have to carry huge inventory on our shelves. Then you want to think about, what are your clients' preferences and what's trending. Clients really are the heart of your business. So your success is going to depend on how well you serve them, how well you understand what they're looking for. Are they looking for clean beauty? Are they looking for anti-aging solutions, acne solutions? You can really mix and match your products to find something that is going to resonate with your clients. Listening to their preferences is going to create a really personalized approach that's going to build that long-term loyalty. The other thing that's important to remember is that the skincare world evolves very quickly, and clients are paying attention, especially with social media. There's all these, and I'm not a TikToker, so I don't know, but I know there's a lot of TikTok-y things out there, and it's just, sometimes they're getting their education from that social media, and it's not necessarily the best. So being able to stay current and know what's out there. Somebody comes in, and I can use the example of my granddaughters. I have teenage granddaughters, and last year it was all drunk elephant. Drunken elephant? Drunk elephant? They all wanted drunk elephant. This year, now it's a year later, and drunk elephant is out, and there's some other brand. Jenny.
Oh, Mary, you opened up the TikTok rabbit hole, and I will stand on top of a soapbox and talk about this all day, because if you're not, you don't have to be an active poster on TikTok. And I don't think you need to like have a TikTok persona if you choose not to do so. But if you are not on there understanding what either your clients or your clients' children are talking about and following and buying and thinking is the truth, you are missing a massive, massive conversation with your clients, not only to improve the condition of their skin, but to make money, to sell them treatments, to sell them retail, and to explain and educate to them why these products are not fit for their 12-year-old or why they're not fit for them and why the science that some of these people are presenting isn't valid. It's a like a dangerous world out there. We just, not to totally derail from retail, but there was just a post on a woman. It showed her skin, it showed her face. She had purchased a Korean injectable neurotoxin and it was legal in other states. She followed a tutorial on how to inject this toxin into her face, and you saw the results. And it just blows my mind that these consumers, and sometimes even maybe an esthetician might look at this and say, oh, I can do this. Like she showed me where to put the dots. I can inject this into my face. But it's wild to me. It's the Wild West. And so I think as professionals, we need to be on that platform simply for the fact of awareness.
Yeah, absolutely. Portland, just 2 weeks ago, a woman went to a non-licensed practitioner. You can't really call her a practitioner if she's not licensed. Went to an unlicensed person who had purchased some neurotoxin through the internet, injected her, and the woman ended up, well, she injected too much, right? It's a neurotoxin. It stops muscles from moving. So it stopped her breathing. She ended up on a ventilator in ICU for a week. It stopped her eyelids from opening. Her eyes couldn't open. It just shut down her whole
Wow.
system.
So, for example, let's just say we are estheticians, we are not offering injectables, we don't provide that treatment. If you have a referral program, this is the prime opportunity to say, oh my gosh, have you guys seen things like this? Like, this is a conversation you can be bringing up with your clients as to what's happening and open up the dialogue, because what if they've seen it and they were maybe considering it, or maybe considering going to someone that's less expensive because they're buying these either counterfeit or non-FDA approved injectable products. So this is like a prime opportunity. And it also showcases you as a professional who's doing their research and you know the landscape and you know what's out there. And then they will come to you and say, oh my gosh, did you see this new trend? Did you see the beef tallow trend? Should I be putting that on my face? Should I be doing this? And then you become a go-to resource for something more than just maybe eyebrow waxing. So I will now step back off my.
No, and I think that, well, talking about the trending, as I said, my granddaughter that wanted Drunk Elephant, now I got her birthday list and she wants a completely different brand. But I could sit down and say, look, let's look at the ingredients in this and decide whether this is really good for your skin or not good for your skin. Or are you just rubbing on some Crisco, right?
Or you want this trending packaging, or you want the way this product smells. A lot of the times there's a bigger picture there. Most of the time they don't know what they're actually purchasing. But if you just ask the right questions, but in order to ask the right questions, you have to be aware. So highly recommend getting on TikTok for that reason alone.
Okay. Okay. Clients are more apt to buy what's familiar to them, what's popular, buzzworthy, TikTok, Instagram. If you're carrying brands or ingredients that they're already trusting or they're already a little bit curious about, you're going to boost that retail conversion. You're going to get more product engagement. You just have to show that you're aware and interested. So your skincare brand does help you define your niche. You can't be everything to everyone. So not everyone you know, and there's enough bad skin for everybody. So you don't have to worry that you're not capturing everyone, but you're going to find the people and attract the people that are attracted to you. That energy, that positive energy is going to attract more positive energy. Um, you can build your brand identity around your skincare brand, looking at what your ideal client's preferences are. It'll help you building that identity. If your clients are ingredient savvy and they're caring about clean beauty, then that tells you what brands and services to offer, what to avoid. You're going to want to then market like, we've got clean ingredients, we've got eco-friendly packaging, or whatever it is that you're choosing as part of your brand identity. It does give you an edge over your competitors. I think that making sure that you understand, and I don't know if I have a slide on this or not, but something that just came to me is, all right, if everybody, you should do a little survey of your competitors' brands. You should be looking on their websites. You should be looking to see what brands they're carrying, because you don't want to be carrying that same brand. If everybody is carrying brand X right now, are you going to be able to make an impact by also carrying brand X? So having a little bit of exclusivity with your brands, I think also helps your retail, your bottom line. You want to stand out by just showing that you're willing to do a little bit extra. You're not just putting in your time, but you're doing a little bit extra, truly thinking about your clients and what their needs are. And then again, we've talked about back bar, but making sure you understand what's available for back bar. Does the moisturizer only come in a 60 ml container, or can you buy a larger 8-ounce container for your back bar? Does the cleanser come in a larger bottle size with a pump, or are you going to be using a 6-ounce bottle of cleanser for your back bar? So making sure that you're aware of what those back bar products are, what they offer for you. Do you get testers? Do you get samples? Clients really love samples. And oftentimes I would do a special, I would save up my samples and put them in little cute sample packs so that they could get a free gift with purchase. If they bought over a certain dollar amount here, I'm going to give you these samples to try because I think they'll be good for you. Another option. You want to compare and you want to test multiple brands. So if you reach out to the companies that you think you're interested in, and going to an aesthetic show really exposes you to a lot of different brands that can kind of be overwhelming. So when you have your personal business brand identity, and you know what you're going to be looking for or what you're going to be attracted to, that will really help you weed out the brands that aren't going to serve you well. Then you can reach out and you can ask them, do they have professional sample kits they can send you? Do they have starter sets? There are skincare lines that do have starter sets, or there are reps that will give you a starter set so that you can try it out. You can use the treatments, you can use the skincare on yourself, or you can get a sample of clients. I'd like you to be a model for me and try this skincare line and give me your feedback. You want to pay attention to the texture, the aroma. What does it smell like? How does it absorb? Does it leave you feeling greasy, or does it absorb really well? And then you want to spend some time talking to the rep or the educator with that brand, talking about what their ingredients are, their transparency policies, their protocols, what are their wholesale options. You want to get a feel for that rep's communication style and what kind of support you're going to get. Do they follow through? This is a big one. When you're talking to someone and they say, oh yeah, I'm going to send that to you, and then they never do, well, that gives you an idea of what kind of support you're going to get. So do you have to always follow up with them, or are they checking back in with you? Then going to trade shows and aesthetic conferences. There are so many opportunities to get samples of skincare there and decide whether this is something that you want to bring in or not. And oftentimes they're going to have a show special or a trial period where you can make a low commitment. You don't have to invest big dollars, but you can find out if this is something that you really want to bring in. And then you want to find out about this brand's reputation, going onto social media, reading reviews from other skincare professionals who have used the brand, looking at client testimonials if they're out there, and kind of doing a little bit of digging. Don't just look at the marketing photos that the skincare brand has produced for you in their
Mary,
slick brochures.
I
Yeah.
love that you said, see what other estheticians are saying about the brand, because we love that. We love that so much that we created a category on our website called the Featured Skincare Professional article. And if you want to hear what other estheticians are saying about a brand, you can go onto our website and click on the feature skincare professional articles, even search feature skincare professional article and the name of the brand. Because one of the things that we ask every time is tell us about I loved this webinar. This webinar is amazing because it's right in the same mindset that I have when I want to talk to an esthetician about a brand. I say, what was your onboarding training like with the brand? What's your ongoing educational experience like with the brand? What's your customer service experience like with the brand? Tell us where you found this brand and tell us what you would say to another skincare professional who is thinking about this brand, because I know that getting a peer review can mean so much. And then each one of those articles has that esthetician's, one or more of that esthetician's Instagram posts embedded in it. So you can just click through and then connect with that esthetician and start an open dialogue about it. So well done, Mare. Love this. Thank you.
No, it's so true. So true. So thanks. Yeah, you've got to find out what other professionals feel, how they feel about that skincare line or even equipment, I think. Okay, so you want to test when you get, so you're going to get your skincare sample kit. You're going to test it on a range of skin types, if at all possible. You want to use it on different skin conditions, sensitive, acne, dry, mature skin, as well as different Fitzpatrick skin types that are in your common clientele base. You want to look for any irritations, any changes, or improvements in the skin. You want to track that client feedback. And then you don't have to rush this process. Take your time. Trial for at least 30 to 60 days. Commit to testing at least a couple different lines before you're going to sign any kind of contract that's going to commit you to a longer term relationship with a skincare line. It gives you time to assess. Don't be rushed. I have made the mistake of being rushed before. I have bought into the hype and the glamour and the fun of a skincare brand that I've just barely had a brush with, but oh my God, I love the packaging. And it was a mistake. I want to make sure that there's low risk entry options, particularly for the new SD or the solo SD intro kits. Do they have pay as you go options? Just looking at what's going to make the most financial sense and cash flow for you. And then you're the one performing the treatments. You've got to trust your gut instincts, your professional instincts. Just as important as the science or your client's feedback is trusting your own gut when you're deciding on a skincare brand. Here is just a little graph to help you compare the factors side by side with the number of skincare brands. If you're going to evaluate, you put the brand name there. What are the active ingredients that you're attracted to? What's their price point? How do they rate in terms of education? What's the client appeal? Why would your client be interested in this? what kind of a retail margin can you make? What kind of support are you going to get? And then what does the packaging look like? I really hate boxes in boxes in boxes. And so I want minimal packaging. I don't want it to be like it's sealed in hard plastic, like when you buy something at Costco sometimes and you can't get it open. Or when it comes and I've just ordered 18 of something and all 18 are in their own, the bottle is in a box and the box is in a box. And then my 18 boxes are in another box. I don't want that much packaging. Common mistakes, choosing based on hype instead of research. So there can be a lot of buzz about something, but make sure that you read the label, that you ask for clinical data and samples. A mistake would be to ignore the education that's being offered to you. I'm too busy to watch this webinar. I'm too busy to set aside time to do this online module. Or I'm too busy to meet with my rep. These are mistakes that you're making that are limiting your ability to sell retail, limiting your ability to help your clients. So make sure that you just prioritize that educational piece. And then making sure that you're not overcommitting financially. You don't want to buy a big opening order just because you're going to get the deal, right? Oh, if I order this much worth of product, they're going to throw in this much extra goodies for me. But that can leave you with expired or unused stock, could leave you struggling with cash flow. And if the brand doesn't perform very well, you're not going to have the ability to pivot. You're going to be stuck with a lot of product. Don't skip the ingredient and formulation deep dive. Look for well-formulated, evidence-based products. You want to avoid fillers, heavy fragrances, or ingredients that you don't even know what it is. Is that really what you want? And how are you going to be able to explain that to your clients? You want to ask about their business policies. What is their return policy? Very important. What are their shipping times and the costs? What are their retail pricing rules? Do you get some kind of exclusivity in your region, or are they going to sell to the spa down the block, the same thing? Or can you get some type of exclusivity? And then you want to make sure that you're considering your target clientele. Don't choose a brand that's based solely on your personal preferences. You want brands that are going to resonate with your clients. So if you are going to be luxury anti-aging, you're not going to have a lot of teen acne products in your spa. Does this brand really align with my ideal client's needs, my ideal client's budget? Everyone has a beauty budget. So knowing what your beauty budget is, what your client's beauty budget is going to help you in deciding what the retail margin is going to be for selling your products. And do they reflect your values? And there we go. Thank you. You can get in touch, Mary at spectrumlasertraining.com. You can find us on social media at spectrum.advanced.aesthetics.
And what I love about Spectrum and all of the education that you guys provide is that it is brand neutral. So we have a collection of maybe 6 ebooks at this point on our website from Spectrum. You guys, everything from the nutrition angle that you guys will want to learn about. I believe there might be a microneedling one on there. There's one on rosacea, and it's all brand neutral. And that's what you can count on from Spectrum. And I love it. So tap over to that.
Keep vamping, Jen. I'm getting them. I'm pulling up the link to the library, and everybody can then go in to the library, and they can see the all of the books that we have from Spectrum. And I think you were right on the money. Let's just take a look. We have Spectrum. We have 6, 7, 8, 9 ebooks from Spectrum. So I'm going to put a link to the library in the chat if I can find it. I lost Zoom. Let me see if it's in a different window, and I can't find it now.
Well, I
completely
love going
lost
to the
you.
library during summer school.
Absolutely. There's, you guys, endless resources. We've got what, 6 more weeks of ongoing education at your fingertips, literally. But if you guys ever have a topic, I can almost guarantee Spectrum has touched upon it. But if you can't find what you need, just DM us and we'll either connect you with Mary at Spectrum or we'll find you a resource on the site where you can learn something. Oh, good. You put the link in there. Thank you.
It took me a while to find Zoom again. I navigated away to get the link and then Zoom disappeared, so I had to look for it. So I apologize. Mary, that was so informative. I mean, I just think that it's like that's like business that's like when I graduated from college, one of the first jobs I applied for was to be an assistant buyer, and that's like how to be a good buyer for your business. All of the nuts and bolts, all of those great tips, everything was wonderful. So the ebook is available for an ongoing thing. Definitely, Jenny. I I know that we've got some social stuff to go on for that, but I could sell that one easy. I love that book.
I'm
Um,
assigning those posts to you.
okay, done and done. Desiree said it was a great webinar. Thank you, Desiree. We don't
Yeah.
have any questions in the Q&A. Everybody watching, this is your final chance. If you have a question, you can pop it in there now. But Mayor, I think you did such a thorough presentation that for me there wasn't really any like need for questions. It was a lot of like, yes, this is amazing. Any final thoughts from you, Miss Jenny?
Just thank you to Mary. Thank you for
Well, thank you
providing
guys for having
all,
me. It's just always a pleasure.
always.
It's always great to connect with you, Mayor. I missed you this time. We're not doing the West Coast tour this year because we're going to be at the Awaken Aesthetics retreat in Oregon, and we can only do so many things at one time.
Oh,
Um,
I'm sorry, I'm
so
gonna miss you. It's gonna be, that resort is amazing. It's an
we're,
amazing.
we're so excited. I'm going to be in Seattle right after that. I'm going to be leaving on a little bit of a cruise. I'm going to go to Alaska. I've never seen it and I've always wanted to go. So I'm very looking forward to that. I think, Jen, you're doing some hiking after too, right?
Olympic National Park and the San Juan Islands. So
Oh,
maximizing the Pacific Northwest tour.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, well, we are out of time. And so we're so grateful to you, Mayor. Thank you so much for
you.
joining us. But I just want to go run through and just thank everybody who was involved in the chat today. Really appreciate you guys showing up. You make it so fun to be on here and engage with. And we love you guys who show up and who are engaged. So thank you, thank you. But if you're one of the more than 1,300 people who have registered for summer school and know that you're going to get this in your inbox tomorrow so that you can watch at your convenience, thank you for being such a huge part of summer school because you make it the success that it is year after year. But if you're one of the more than 8,000 people who have downloaded the Lip Gloss and Aftershave mobile app on your device and know that you can get your continuing medical and spa skincare education right in the palm of your hand, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We love you. Thank you so much for being one of our app users. If you're on the app right now, keep scrolling, keep learning. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye bye.